alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes, Mom.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What, are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay, I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes, Mom.
Oh my God. It's too damn early for this shit. Leave me alone.
How do you dress like this? What, are you a prostitute? I'm serious.
Sir, please leave.
That's okay.
What does she say here? She says, seriously, enough is enough, men. Do better. Be better than this. BS. Rick Perry's on Brian Kilmeade this morning, and he says, you have to have a black heart and a cold, dark soul to want somebody to be in poverty. He was talking about people in Africa, but how much more is that important for people in the U.S.? Women in the U.S., children. Women and children are being trafficked, and there's billions of dollars being spent in fighting them. Just so you know, Mr. Perry. We got another one this morning. It is the 8th now of December 2022. And these are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. Creepy Charles. We call him Creepy Chucky. Can't control himself with the creepy, and everybody's sick and tired of dealing with that in Oklahoma. I moved here to get away from that, to be with my family, and not to have to deal with it. Mr. Perry, I don't like you. I don't want to hear from you. Every time you contact me, it makes me want to punch you in the face. I hate it. I truly cannot stand you. You do not make any sense. You're as whack job as this guy, if not more. You don't turn me on, you're a turnoff. You're fat, you're lazy, you're perverted, you're a turnoff. One big blob turnoff. You haven't had any kind of communication with me directly other than hacking my phone. Since 2013, I left to get away from you. You're a miserable piece of shit. Who is Lucius to you? He's a miserable piece of shit as well. Who is Bald Fat Calvin to you? Who is Beverly and Monique to you? Who is Sonjay to you? Who's the Muffin Man to you? Muffin Man is a nickname for one of the, people involved in his big, huge criminal organization of trafficking humans, exploitation and trafficking of women and children. You have to have a cold, black soul to want to do that, and to want to starve women until they lie for you. So, the thing is every day for 7 years we quote you. We get inside information on your crime, like nobody else has gotten. I have the nickname Muffin Man. I have Calvin's name. I have Lucius's name. I have Geppetto's name. Geppetto, everybody, is a fucking witch that David Robertson hired to cast spells on me. He expressed frustration regularly that it doesn't work. We think that's hysterical. Geppetto, we plead the blood of Jesus over you. I'm sorry you've made a choice to serve Satan. You guys have made this into a spiritual battle. It's not just crime, it's a spiritual battle. So everybody knows that I pray every day. I swing my sword. Right, Geppetto? So it's not working, apparently. He gets frustrated and asks if I have sage. Sage is in Oklahoma. I guess everywhere, but I didn't hear about it until I came to Oklahoma. There's a lot of Indian witchcraft type stuff that goes on here. Whatever, it is what it is. Weirdo. It's fucking weirdo. It just is. All the Satanists and the witchcraft and all that stuff, just so you guys know, normal people don't do it, because it's weirdo. I don't know why you want to choose a religion that makes you emasculated and you play with a doll all day. Like a fucking little girl. Dear God. And I don't know why you choose a religion that everybody talks about you're creepy and you're fucking weirdo. How embarrassing for you. We heard a long time ago, a lot of these guys are involved, get up and say they're Christians, evangelical Christians or Baptists, and they're a bunch of Satanists. They're all involved with the occult. David Robertson hired Geppetto to cast spells on me, thinking that would make me change my mind and agree to be trafficked. That's how deeply wicked these people are. And you're caught when you do it to me, David. Did you not get that memo yet, as many times as we quote you? And Charles, Charlene Petunia here, Creepy Chucky, Senator Wackadoo, this is what they call you here. They call you two Beavis and Butthead, Charles and Dave. They call all of you the Apple Dumpling Gang because you're so stupid. You guys get caught every fucking day. You're stupid. Our shrink believes you to be mentally retarded, legit medically mentally retarded due to aging, like Alzheimer's, Huntington's disease we hear Mr. Perry has, which causes delusion and paranoia. No normal person wants to peep on a woman in her house. There's a reason it's a felony. No normal person wants to hack a woman and watch everything she does online and delete emails from people she cares about. Or intercept emails, like you have done. I have over 200 emails and texts I have never seen. The police tell me. Because you butt in. You're boring. You're bizarre. They call Charles Perry and Matt Powell be Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They have, I mean, people make fun of you guys. You're not impressing anybody. We can get information and you can't because, like Rick Perry said, you have to have a black soul, a black heart, and a dark soul to want to make somebody live in poverty like you've done to me and like you've done to countless women and children so that you can traffic them. They're easier to traffic when they're broke and alone. You erode relationships. You ruin everything we try to do. You make it where we can't get a job. We don't go to charity. You know why? We're able to work. We want to work. You don't have the right to take that from us. We live in America. This isn't Iraq. It's a free country. You get a life sentence, David, for trafficking. You're about to go to jail. You're about to go to jail, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Perry, Mr. Powell, all you bitches, Calvin, Geppetto. You've been implicated in the murder, first-degree murder of a police officer and the frame-up of another one. Attempted murder and frame-up of another one. Right? And maybe a Supreme Court judge, too. So, we have information nobody else has. David, tell me, how do I have Geppetto's name? How do I know you hired a witch? You're that fucked up. You're that pathetic. You had to fucking hire a witch who plays with a little doll all day like a girl. You guys feel pretty in your dresses that you wear? You got your pantyhose on, all right? Your Lee press-on fingernails? Why don't you just trans over and stop bothering us with your sex weirdo problems? You really are embarrassing. So we get another one this morning. Everybody thinks Charles Perry, everybody in Lubbock thought Charles Perry was happily married. Now they're starting to find out. They thought he was traveling the district. Now they're starting to find out he's been up in Oklahoma pretending he has a romance with Cynthia. She won't even talk to him. She wants a protective order. And he's been up there trying to ruin her life so he can traffic her. How long has he done that? How long has he been doing that? Every time he says he's on a road trip, what's he really doing? Yeah, everybody's starting to question you now. Lubbock is slow. Should have caught this long before I got there. It took somebody coming in from the outside to catch your crime. I don't know what to say to that. I don't even have words for that. See, here's the thing. I'm catching the crime. I am. Not TPD, not Lubbock PD, and sure shit, not the Texas Rangers. They're helping you. They're helping you, and we know that. I have help, by the way. I can't do that by myself. I don't have those kind of capabilities. Certainly not the finances, not the resources. Where's TPD? Where was TPD when Mike Neely, cop family, needed them? And I did too. I'm cop family too, by the way. Where were they? They weren't solving the crime. I was. Someone else was. Someone else gets me what you just said when you have a little meeting and you try to figure out how to make me fail. People are starting to notice, by the way. She was paying her hotel bill right on time. So what the hell happened that all of a sudden she's not making enough money to barely eat all of a sudden? Because they wanted her at that hotel not to pay the car, only to pay the hotel, not the car. And then have the car guy go get her car. Because Charles Perry's aggravating the fuck out of everybody with his obsession with taking her car. People are noticing it, sir. People aren't stupid. Normal people do not like you or your crime. Normal people don't like any crime. Why do you think they'd be okay with yours? Creepy Chucky. You're fucking creepy. You're a turnoff, you're fat, you're lazy, you're boring, and you're bizarro. You're rejected and you're a failure. Every fucking day. You can't be normal. You can't do it. You can't even keep up with normal people and just do normal things normal people do. You fucking fail. Every day. And then we get more. Every day. It's been that way for 7 years. Not a day, not a week, not a month. It didn't happen a time or two. Every fucking day we catch your crime. Like nobody's done before. And then I got Lucius's name. Who the fuck are you, Lucius? You know what? Take off your dress, Lucius. Get out from behind the computer. You watch me and plan to ruin me. Take your dress off. Quit being a coward pussy. You want to threaten me? Do it to my face, sir. Or don't do it at all. You don't know what you stepped in, sir. You don't know. We're quoting you every day. I have your name. I have your fucking name. Who are you messing with? Who are you messing with? You don't know. None of you know. Nobody will tell you. Everybody hates you for what you're doing to me and Mike. Listen to the words I'm saying, you fuckers. Everybody fucking hates you. Seething hatred for what you're putting me and Mike through. Normal people do not like that shit. Rick Perry said it today. You gotta have a black soul and a cold, callous heart to want somebody to live in poverty. So we can get information and nobody will tell you shit. And you're still making phone calls today asking, we heard you. We heard you. Who did you fuck with, David? You guys are queenies. You're stupid. So we're repeating again. Just like this person says, how irritating is it that she has to say it 6 times? And he acts like he has no fucking idea what she just said. He starts making comments about her clothes. She didn't give a shit about what he thinks about her clothes, does she? Mr. Perry, I don't give 2 fucks what you think about anything. I didn't ask you. What did I ask you to do? Fuck off. Mind your own business. Get out of my life. Do not contact me again. I hate it. When you're in jail, there is no more anxiety. There is no more stress. I will never be broke again. There won't be any peeping. I'll have my privacy back. I won't have to lie, and I won't have to suck anybody's dick I don't want to. That's what you want me to do. That's what trafficking is. You're pimping me, trying to pimp me out. You don't have that right. You sick son of a bitch. You don't have the right to take the life of a cop who is trying to put a stop to it. I'm sorry, you don't. You don't have the right to invade my privacy. I have the legal right to my privacy. Get out of my fucking life. Get out of it. You know, you're asking for it. You asked for it. We have names nobody else has. And the way that started is the second you started saying in 2020, when I started looking for, I finally got my credit rebuilt after he ruined it the first time. And I could get an apartment. And Perry goes around telling everybody there's not going to be a new apartment and a new car. I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure she has no money to get that. And he tried. He did. He tried. But then we put that out because he was recorded talking about it. So we put it out. And then he kind of had to. So he sent this conduit of coercion, Terry. But during that time, we get the Muffin Man's name. We started getting some of your code words, Papa John's. What does that mean to you? It's not the pizza place. Weeble Wobbles. Right? Hansel and Gretel, Pin the Tail on the Donkey, all that stuff. We started getting more of that. We had some already. We got more. Your little code words. These little sick games y'all play. Trying to trick me into something. And then they start talking. I get my apartment. And the guy said, now she can't complain that he wouldn't let her have a new apartment and a new car. He made sure she got it. And the guy he told was pissed. And he goes, do you have any idea what she had to go through to get that? It's just a little apartment and a little bitty car. And as soon as she gets it, he'll start trying to take it away. You watch. He's an asshole. That's why nobody likes him. He is not liked in Oklahoma. Nor are you, David. Nor are you, Lucius. Nor are you, bald, fat Calvin. I know you're bald and I know you're fat, Calvin. Everybody fucking hates you. You're a monster. You are hated. So are you, David. That started before I ever got here. You treat people like shit, and you cause stress and anxiety, they will want you gone. They will turn against you like that. And they have, and they will, and that's how that works, because everybody wants you gone. Everybody's sick of this. Sick and tired of it. Normal people don't like to watch human suffering. Rick said it today. Watch the news. Whenever there's a tragedy, people step up and try to help ease the pain. You cause it on purpose. You do it on purpose, and you think that makes you tough guy. How many men sit around and try to figure out how to make me fail? It doesn't get any more pathetic than that. One woman. One woman. If you want to be tough guy, you go in a biker bar and you pick on a dude. You don't pick on women. You don't sit around and play with a dolly all day like a little girl. Fuckers are weirdo. What kind of people find a religion that emasculates you like that? Here, play with your doll all day. Yeah, it's pathetic. You are pathetic. All of you. So we can get information like that. You guys are trying to find another shrink to say I'm crazy because you need to discredit me. We caught you on that. We caught you. The McNamara is the first of it. Not the first of it, the first you know of it. Right? When we start quoting you. Yellow Brick Road. What is that, Calvin? What is the carrot and the stick, Calvin? Huh? Why don't you have a press conference, Perry, and explain all that? When our guys arrest you, you'll have to explain all that. Criminal trials and shit. I don't think they're giving you any plea deals. I think they're done with that. I think they want everybody just gone. Pile it on. The more we get, the more you do to me, the more we get. And the more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and the more restitution. The easier it'll be to get restitution and the more I'll get. Me and Mike. So you guys get up and go right back at it today. Doesn't get any dumber than you. You've done it every day for 7 years. Every day for 7 years we quote you. Planning the crime. We get it before you do it. I knew Mike Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. How did I know that, David? Did you kill Lucky? And frame Mike? Or was it you and Charles together hired somebody? Or was it Calvin? Who did it? We know Mike didn't do it. You did it. You two did it. They were going to put you in jail, weren't they? Vandalizing my car. David had his employees staying 2-3 doors down from me at Lakeshore. Why would you do that, David? You're not stalking. You go into court and you say you're not stalking. You went into court and you lied. You did too, Charles. So now everybody's starting to figure out your facade. You didn't like I don't like she ruined my facade. We'll get you a tissue. Poor thing. Your lie got discovered. What are you gonna do, huh? Princess? Cuckoo bird. You need a butterfly net. Badly. So, like I said, when you contact me, we get more. When you cause me a financial loss, we get more. When you cause me the loss of anything, my time, money, a relationship, anything. An eyelash. I lose an eyelash because of you. We get more. And the more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and restitution, and more restitution, the more you cause loss. That's what that's for. It's called restorative justice. Everybody's sick of you people. Sick and tired of it. Because normal people don't have a black soul or a dark heart and think it's cute to make someone live in poverty. So when I'm broke, we get more. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The longer you're in my life, the more we get. The longer Michael Neely is in jail, the more we get. So don't cry and whine about it. You know how it is. You do it anyway. You asked for it. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone. So this was the thing from this morning. People in Lubbock are starting to figure out he isn't happily married and he's not traveling the district. He's been in Oklahoma making trouble. Breaking the law. Causing a bunch of problems and loss for someone who wants nothing to do with him. But he's told everybody there's a romance there. And why people believe him, no one understands. You gotta be dumb as a rock to believe this guy. I have moved twice to get away from him. I have I've sued him 3 times, and in those 4 times, in those 4 lawsuits, I asked for protective orders or injunctive orders or some sort of order that a judge would sign off on to make Mr. Perry never contact me again. Never. He isn't wanted, he isn't loved, he's told on. And told on. And told on. And told on. And told on. More than ever in his life. So that he did try to get me kicked out of my home, my apartment. When he first tried, there was a COVID moratorium. So they said, well, we can't do it on the COVID moratorium, we'll do it on smoking. And 2-3 days later, she did try that. The manager did try that. We get bald fat Calvin's name out of that. And then you did it a year later. You did get me kicked out of my house, and then in a hotel, and took everything I owned, all my clothes, makeup, toothbrush, everything, and threw it in the trash. You told them, make her leave her stuff. I didn't owe them any money. I didn't owe them any money. They had no right to take my stuff. Threatened to call police. Wow, I haven't done anything here. Nothing. Not one fucking thing. They refused payment twice. I didn't owe any money. It was time to pay for the next day or the next month or the next week. I can choose how much I wanted to pay for. I said, I'm going to go do what I always do. I'm going to go get money. I'll be back in a minute. About 4. I did it every time. And the lady started screaming at me, we're going to call the cops. You have to leave. You can't take your stuff. I was like, holy shit. You're kidding me with this, right? Threatening to call the cops over nothing. And I don't want to make a scene. I should have, in hindsight, I might have should have let her call the cops and then told them I need to get my stuff. At least I got to get my stuff. But I don't like drama. See, that's the thing, Perry. I'm not a drama queen. I try my best to avoid drama. I'm not soap opera Jerry Springer show like you are, all pathetic. So I'm classier than you. So I left, and I'm thinking I'll handle this some other way. We're not gonna have a thing like that here today. We're not doing it. So I have 2 years to sue the fuck out of that lady and that place, don't I? They were talking to you. I made it very clear. I have a stalker. You are not to talk to him. He will call. You are not to talk to him. He is not to know where I am. You're putting my life in danger. And they did it anyway. Didn't they? So I can sue the fuck out of them. You might be arrested and in jail. And maybe even convicted. I can sue the fuck out of everybody that helped you. They've been told, I have a stalker. It is illegal for you to give him any information. He will ask. He's got forged marriage license, forged power of attorneys. I didn't sign them. When he gives you a copy, show me. Watch him shit himself. I've never even seen him. Lucky told me. Lucky Miller was the first one to ask me about it. Did you sign a marriage license and a power of attorney? I said, why in the hell would I do that? He said, that's what I thought. I thought it looked like a forgery to me. It didn't look like your signature. So I wanted to check with you. Is that why you murdered him? Huh? Is that why you murdered him? You're a cop killer. You understand people hate cop killers. Do you understand that? Unless they're a part of it. Unless they're part of it or you paid them to look the other way. Everybody hates cop killers. And people who abuse children and women. So we can get information like that, like Bald Fat Calvin's name and Lucius's name and Sanjay's name and Beverly and Monique and Blankenship and Desiree, all the people involved in your little creepy club, heinous criminal club, whatever. So we can get information from right inside your criminal organization like you have not seen before. Your guy said when he pesters her and takes her money, things do not go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. Mr. Perry has no fucking idea what those words mean. He's suffering from some sort of mental retardation, aging something. You can tell. I mean, you can't miss it. We get Geppetto's name. Right after that, right after you did that, took everything I own. Right? It's like you want to get caught. It's like you want to get caught. I mean, it's so easy. It is not even fair. And so this was the text I got. I've asked you over and over, how'd you know Mike had to be begged or coaxed to Florida? Because we planned to kill him. We just want to know if you know which one of us talked him into it. Yep, I wouldn't answer that, would I? And then, which women are ratting me out here? That's what that second question is about. Which women are ratting me out? See, you don't get to know that, Princess Cuckoo Bird. Do ya? You're the offender. You don't get to know who witnesses are. You don't have the legal right to that. Do ya? You've stomped all over people's rights for years, decades. Why is it somebody had to come in from outside of Lubbock to put a stop to it? Like you've not had anybody put a stop to it before. Huh? What is the deal with Lubbock police? Look at this. I'm going to starve her. I look like that. We're going to starve her into a lie. We're going to start. Look how far back these go. We're going to starve her until she lies. Poverty, starvation, deprivation of basic rights and needs, food and shelter. Until she finally fucking lies for me. These are all texts from David. We're going to kill you if you don't recant your claims. Look at that. With arsenic. Last night's podcast I went over. I was never tested to see, was it arsenic or something else? Something made me sick. I bought Whole Foods, I went to Whole Foods and got charcoal to absorb the toxin. You'd go to the emergency room with a drug overdose, they would pump you full of charcoal to absorb all the crap. So it didn't kill you. And so I went and bought charcoal just to go to work. Just to go to work and provide for my son and I so we could eat and have shelter. Yep. And 44% increase in murders, Tulsa police, in Oklahoma for domestic violence crimes. You want to pull me? Did he call in a pullover last night? Did he call you guys and want you to pull me over? Yep. We went over that last night. A whole bunch of cops do not like being asked to do that. See, you gotta have a black soul and a black dark heart to want to see somebody hurt. You have to be very, very demented, very depraved, very deranged to want to see somebody hurt. And how many men are trying to do that to me to make me fail? I'm very good at what I do. We're doing things nobody's done before. Like this McNamara email was not the first, but it was the first you know about. And we're quoting you planning a crime against me. How did I get that information? Who got it from you to me? You don't know. Nobody will tell you anything. Everybody fucking hates you people. All of you. It's not normal to want to hurt somebody. It's not fucking normal, you piece of shit. It's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Everybody's very aggravated about your obsession with taking my car. Because you never shut up about it. You never shut up about taking my car. Every day since this time, you're obsessed with taking my car. Because you have a dark soul and a black heart, and you want to make me live in poverty and dig out of a dumpster. David, Rick Perry said, you normal people do not like that. So we can get the information before. David, are you, Lucius, are you paying attention? You better pay attention. You better keep up with me. You better keep up with normal. We've got one in Tulsa. We need to get her back to Texas where we can do more harm to her. You were recorded. See, David, every time you fuck with me, this is what happens, Lucius. We got your names. We got your names. We've got more inside information from your crime than anybody else has ever gotten. What are you fucking with? Nobody will tell you, huh? Nobody will tell you. Mr. Perry, when you're gone, I'll never be broke again. I won't have to suck anybody's dick or apologize, lie and apologize for some criminal. I'm not going to apologize for you. Somebody needs to slap you upside the head just for thinking I would. Mr. Powell, I'm not making a threat. I'm making a point. Anybody that knows me knows that. Anybody with half a brain knows that. People make comments like that. I ought to bitch slap that guy. There's no intention of actually bitch slapping someone. It's just making a point. Right, Mr. Powell? Can you keep up with me? You're a little slow, too. This is the one about get her kicked out of her house. Oh, yeah, there's the COVID moratorium. So do it on smoking. It was sent on the 9th of February last year. Look at that. Sure shit, she did try to do it. That's the manager. And then you did it again. And these domestic violence offenders go out the car. So DVIS has set up a ride system for women like me. That you fuckers go at the car. That's what that article says. Yep. This is evidence of first-degree murder of a cop, right there. How'd you know he had to be coaxed? Because we planned that. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. You tell me that all the time. Go to Texas. You'll have a big house, and we'll take care of you, and we'll do this, and we'll do that for you. You're gonna have to suck, 20 of our buddies' dicks, and if you fuck that up and don't do it like they like, you'll end up eating out of a dumpster in Houston instead of Oklahoma. You think we don't know how that works? You act like you forget who you're talking to. You act like you forget who you're talking to, Mr. Perry. Are you mentally retarded or not? Our shrink believes you are. The way you act like you don't understand a word I say. Or what's happening when we quote you every day. I don't think you do. I'm going to do the disclaimer real quickly. Use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Although people are starting to laugh at me doing that. Like, she didn't need to do that. He's doing it. He keeps doing everything she says after she says it. I guess somebody was asked about that. Why is he doing it after she finds out and she sends an email or something about it? Why does he do it anyway? Maybe he feels like, in his cuckoo land that the Roswell aliens are issuing a directive in her emails. I don't know. Why would anyone do this shit these people do? We don't know. That's a question for a specialist, like a shrink, like the shrink. Why the fuck would anyone do that to someone? Yeah, that's the big question. It does look like there was a concerted effort to displace her. Was that Mr. Powell to Judge Parker? That's what I used to look like. Now I look like that. Skin hanging off me. Your body eats the muscle first. I didn't have a lot of fat on me. I was pretty fit. And but when you're starved, somebody's trying to starve you into a lie and tell you a lie, or to a state where you don't want to live, where they can traffic you easier. So they make sure they hack your, food delivery apps, and if you apply for a job, they make sure you don't get the job. And they do it to all women, all their victims. It makes us easier to traffic if we're broken alone. You trying to get my driver's license? You're trying to steal my driver's license? Are you trying to steal my driver's license? How many times have we said that? They're trying to steal my driver's license. This is all repeat. It's not like I haven't said it before. So we get all this stuff when y'all, fuck with my money. Hack my delivery apps, and I can't make any money, and jam things up, and I can't, and I got homework. Some of my grades for 3 years were 3.9 GPA. I'm on the Dean's list for 3 years straight. Then Perry starts deciding, him and his little crew of weirdos have a meeting, and they decide they're going to try to make me fail. They jammed up my computer so bad I couldn't get anything turned in. It's not like I did a bad job on the assignments. I couldn't get them turned in at all. So now my grade's at 3.63. I haven't cracked a textbook. Barely. Once in a while, skim one over if I have to. And that's not how I want to do school. It's not. It's criminal justice college, by the way. So, everybody's had it with y'all. I don't know how many different ways I need to say the same thing. Nobody should have to repeat themselves this much. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you. Every day we quote you guys. Every fucking day we quote you guys. Ringtone Richard. How many emails are there about Ringtone Richard? Get a ringtone, Richard. He was told that so many times, we now call him Ringtone Richard. You tried to frame me on 2 murders. You wanted my hair color because I look similar to the offender, the girl that actually did it, but she was quite a bit heavier than me. The witnesses said, we heard, and her hair was a darker, like a more brown blonde. Mine's more white blonde, and her skin tone was darker. You wanted me dancing again? What's it to you? You said you went into court and said, we're not stalking her. She's just crazy. Except you are. You got pictures of me everywhere I go in Oklahoma, doing normal things normal people do, like trying to work. Because you're stalking. Stalking's a felony in Oklahoma. Hacking and voyeurism are felonies in Oklahoma. Grand larceny with intent to coerce, coercion, Title 18 violations, RICO Act violations, witness tampering, obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence, interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce, felony after felony after felony after felony. What day will they arrest you? When we quote you before you do it, like this one, we quoted you before you did it. What we're quoting is very, very specific and very detailed. And you act like you have no fucking idea what it means that we have that. You don't know what this means, David. It's so easy, it's not even fair. What I said is, I'm not going to take your BioLi money and go lie for you and become part of your crime and be pimped out and have to do disgusting things I don't want to do. Because my guys are about to arrest you and I'll never be broke again. I get my privacy back. I won't have to lie. I won't have to suck anyone's dick that I don't want to suck. I'm not going to be pimped out. And I'm sorry to be vulgar, but that's what sex trafficking is. That's what these guys do. That's what they put women through. Tear apart their life. Sell them to some bitch. Can't get a date the normal way. So pathetic. And then pimped out. We're already exploited. Charles's travel involves trolling women. He picks women who are divorced with kids. He puts a hidden camera in their home when they're not there. And he begins to broadcast them on the dark web and sells watch time. And he rakes it in while he begins to tear down their life. And starves them to death. I'm not the only victim. He asked, who are the other victims? He wants to know who's talking. And then in that process, sells us to the highest bidder. Some bitch who's pathetic and can't get a date the normal way. Has to buy a woman. Oh, God. Disgusting piece of shit. Sex trafficking is a big industry, but so is fighting. Fighting has billions of dollars poured into that. Billions of dollars poured into fighting your crime. Your specific kind of crime. And guys like you get the hell beat out of them in prison, just so you know. Dr. Weck said, we think Jeff Epstein was murdered because sex weirdos get beat up in jail by the cool criminals like bank robbers and crap. He was in a jail cell with a cop. Big, humongous cop. Murdered 4 people. You think that was an accident? You probably do think that was an accident. That wasn't okay, whatever. I'm not gonna, you think what you want to think, delusional wackadoo. So every time you took my home, we got more names. This is from Gene Mitchell. I had texted Gene Mitchell, who is Mike Neely's attorney, and said, you're about to make a legal argument that doesn't even make sense. P had already told the media in an interview that the video of his client was going to exonerate him, and I agreed. Then all of a sudden he changed his story and said something completely different to the jury. I found out about it in October. Mr. Neely's trial was not until March of the following year. We say it, then we show you. We say it, then we show you, David. We say it, and then we show you, Lucius. We say it, and then we show you, bald fat Calvin. Who is it you're fucking with? When you do it to me, it's different, and it's the same every time you do it, and it's been that way every day for 7 years. We spot a pattern the second time you do it. I've talked about your patterns that we spotted the second time you do it. 2 of us drugged, 2 of us don't die, 2 of us get false arrested. 2 of us not tested in a timely manner. Mike was tested, but not in a timely manner. That's a Brady violation. Right there. You have to collect... You have to, in a criminal case, properly collect and preserve all the evidence. The prosecutor is tasked with that. It's tasked with that. If the prosecutor won't do it, you got a Brady violation, and it's get out of jail free card right there, whether you're guilty or not. As it turns out, though, Mr. Neely has not a mark on him, and he's accused of beating someone to death. While he's asleep and unconscious and in respiratory distress, dying of opioid overdose. And I said it before, not after. And Ms. Mitchell now wants to know. Mitchell had a chance to ask me in a deposition how I knew that before it was out, and how I knew his legal argument had changed. And he never did, but now I understand he does want to know. How did she know? That she texted me and told me, don't do it, it's not plausible. Don't say that in court, it's not plausible. It's not even possible, much less plausible. Because what he said in court is my client with his magic ass, while he was asleep, beat Lucky so bad, back and forth, with his magic ass while he's asleep, that his head came off his body and he died of internal decapitation, blunt force trauma to the head, and strangulation. While he was asleep, just fell on. What in the fuck? So I did, I texted Mitchell and said, please don't do that to him. Please fucking don't do that to him. He did it anyway. What's going to happen when Mike gets out of jail? We're going to get him out of jail. You had the chance to do it, you're not doing it. You had the chance to give back what you took and get some mercy, and you're not doing it. There's very little we can do for you. No one's going to help you. Everybody wants y'all gone. They're sick of this. We say it and we show you. We say, if you contact me, we're going to get more. If you cause me a loss, we're going to get more. Every day my privacy is invaded, we're going to get more. Every penny I lose, we get more. Every unwanted contact, we get more. Every hack, we get more. The longer I'm broke, the more we get. The longer Mike's in jail, the more we get. The more we get, the easier it will be to get a conviction and a whole lot more restitution. And y'all act like you have no fucking idea what that means, and you go right back at it. Like a dog to his vomit. Everybody else is going, ew, God. We can get information like that because everybody's sick of y'all. Everybody fucking hates you, Calvin, David, Charles, Lucius. Fucking hates you. Because you're cruel and you're creepy. And nobody likes that. Normal people do not like that. Rick Perry said it. You can see it on the news. You watch the news, people do whatever they can do to stop the suffering and ease somebody else's pain. Rick Perry said, you gotta have a black heart and a cold soul to want somebody to live in poverty. So why do you? Jesus. We're out of words, Mr. Perry. I got it before. He was drugged and not given a tox panel in a timely manner. After, sure as shit, he was treated with Narcan for drug overdose. I said it in March. They didn't take depositions until May. The dates and times in this deal are very, very significant. Very significant. Y'all act like you don't know what that means. We're sick and tired of being asked to pull her over. We have real crimes to solve. And Perry calls up and wants us to pull her over and give him information from her car so he can take it away from her. We're kind of tired of that. He wanted us to get her on harassment. It became clear early on he's doing the harassing, not her. She's just talking about what he's doing to her. He's bothering her and he's getting caught. He doesn't like that. Him and David both. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Beavis and Butthead, the Apple Dumpling Gang, the Hobbit, Taylor Swift song. Those are the names you're called. Behind your back. The Hobbit. Huh. He looks like the Hobbit. Harry thinks he's handsome and he can't figure out why Cynthia doesn't like him. First of all, he's an asshole to her. No one likes him. Second of all, he looks like the Hobbit. He's not handsome. He's creepy. Everybody's sick of this. I don't know how many different ways I could say that. When you bother me, we get more. We say it, then we show you. Right, dumbass? It's so easy, it's not even fair. Princess Cuckoo Bird. You're just not all there. You can't understand what people say. You always respond like you just fucking have no idea what somebody just said. Like you just fucking have not a clue what was just said to you. The words just ain't clicking. Just don't click for you, do they? How embarrassing. So this was also a recording. Point out for me the marks on him that looked like he was in a fight. Any kind of fight. There aren't any. The arrest report says he's got a red swollen right hand and a busted lip from a second event after Lucky died. So the red swollen right hand has an IV in it. That's going to make it red and swollen. But when you beat someone to death, it's not going to be just red and swollen. You're going to have bruising and broken fingers probably. So we got all that. Point out for me where's the injuries? It looked like he was in a fight. Any fight at all. There aren't any, because he wasn't. He slept through it. That's why he doesn't remember anything. And then I got that in jail. Right? It's not just any name. It's Fabian's name. In jail. Intersecting with the word hope. Not just in the same book, not just on the same page, but those two words intersect. And you're me. You're the bud in birth. You're the wannabe. Always the wannabe, never wanted. Just told on. Can't get a date in 13 years. You just get told on. Everyone fucking hates you for putting me through hell. And Mike. You too, David. You too, Calvin. You too, Lucius. Okay? Now, I guess your little seance didn't work again. I don't know. Nobody understands why the fuck you guys do what you do after you get caught. And when we tell you, I'm not going to take your BioLi money, it's illegal and become part of your crime. You owe me a legitimate legal debt, pay that, and get the fuck out of my life. Or they'll do it for you. Legal process, arrest, criminal trial, and restitution. You want to give us more? It's like cha-ching every time you do one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. Right? I mean, you guys just are stupid. Like I said, it's so easy, it's not even fair. Who can get that to me in jail, Lucius? That's what you're fucking with. That's a pretty big deal. Wasn't up to you. Was it? Wasn't up to Princess Cuckoo Bird either. Was it? You never get the date in 13 years. Not one fucking date. You get told on, and told on, and told on every day because everybody fucking hates you. All of you. Don't ask, who told. No one cares about that. Why did they tell? Everybody's sick of this, Charles. Everybody's sick of you, Charles. Everybody hates you, Charles, Dave, Calvin, Lucius, Geppetto. Everybody's sick of y'all putting us through hell so we don't have problems getting information you do. You either get that or you don't. It's not hard. Leave me alone. One time should have been enough. Right? You only need to say it once. So, do what you do. Make sure you can live with your consequences and your choices, okay? I don't like you. No one does. No one does. Everybody's pissed off at y'all. Everybody's sick and tired of this and having to deal with you. I didn't pick a fight with you guys that live here. I moved here to get away from Mr. Perry and hang out with my family and heal and put my life back together. He came up here and helped himself to things that don't belong to him. And when he does it to me, he gets caught. He's the MRSA of your organization. Without question. He's the MRSA. Can't control himself worth a shit. David can't either. Calvin can't either. You guys don't even have a grasp on reality. Because we say it, then we show you. We say it every day, all day long for 7 years. For 7 years. Every fucking day we quote you. So we are all like, why do they think they have a choice? They get quoted that much. No one knows why you think you do. No one understands why the fuck you think you do. Get the fuck out of my life. Or they'll do it for you. And if they do it for you, you will not like how that happens any more than you liked how they got that to me in jail and how they got me all the stuff you said. All the stuff you guys said when you thought nobody was listening, that and that. Did you like it, the way they got that from you to me? Alright, well, they'll do it for you when I say, give it back and get the hell out. Fix what you broke and fuck off. Or it'll be done for you. By the same guys that got me this. It's not up to you. Was it up to you when we got this? Oh, fuck no. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Fuck no. That's it. I mean, I don't know how many times I can need to say the same thing. We say it, then we show you. You do it or we get more. And the more we get, the easier it'll be to get a conviction and more restitution. Just like that. That's the way it is. We say it, then we show you. We start quoting you. You know, it's been that way every day for 7 years. McNamara email, Princess. 2015. We've quoted you every fucking day. We have information from right inside your criminal organization. Nobody else has. Right? It wasn't up to you. Get the fuck out of my life.